the video starts, make sure you follow our socials in the description and subscribe so you never miss an episode. Welcome back to your P podcast, people. Back again this week, joined by Liam Scholes. How are we, mate?
Yes, I'm good.
Mate, very happy to have you on. It's been a long time coming, and a good few months we've kind of known each other now.
It has been. I've been trying to schedule my way into the diary to get
I mean,
here.
you've got a busy life, mate. I'm not going to lie to you. You've got a busy life.
A little bit.
Well, there's acting, there's music, and you love your sport as well. You go into festivals.
Yeah,
Non-stop,
the dancing.
The dance.
I'm like, there's no dance.
I mean, the ankles. So you've got a bit of an injury, haven't you, today, haven't you?
I do. That was at a festival.
So you went, was it Cortinas who were on there?
Yeah, in Sheffield.
Oh,
Tramlines.
Tramlines.
Yeah.
Good.
Unreal.
I've never done tramlines. It's been one on the list, but I don't know why I've never done it.
You should.
It's only over the way.
The weather
from
was
here.
so bad though.
Was it wellies?
Mud was like that deep.
Oh, was
Audible.
Cortinas, were they good?
Well, yeah, mate. It's the same as usual, isn't it?
I know. How many times have you seen them?
A lot.
Same. I
probably
think
too
everyone in
many.
Manchester
Probably
about
too
our
many.
age. Yeah. I think I've got to see them at least 10 times.
Yeah,
Been
I'm
to
probably up there with that.
both Old Traffords,
Yeah,
Eton Parks.
Eton Park.
We've probably been at the same gig, haven't we? Every single time.
Probably. Stood next to each other.
Yeah, probably.
Probably
I
bought
mean,
you a pint when I'm drunk or something.
I wish. Well, if you ever want to buy me a pint, don't worry. You can always buy me a pint.
Right, we'll do that.
So I suppose we should just kind of dive into it. So obviously, people probably know you best for kind of your acting career so far. So
Yeah,
you are in Waterloo Road, aren't you?
I am.
How is that?
You know what? It's great. I smile when I say that.
Yeah, I know. I can see you radiating.
It is genuinely great. You know, I've been there now. I think just over a year, coming up to like year and a half, 2 years, whatever. And it's one of them jobs when you get and like where I was a year and a half ago to now is like two completely different places. But he's looked after me. He's treated me well.
I mean, it's a huge show. It's a huge show. I used to watch Waterloo Road. Waterloo Road was like us growing up, wasn't it?
But well, I have to be honest. I never really used to watch it.
Did you not?
No, because I think I watched bits of it. Like I remember key moments.
Yes,
in it, but
yeah,
it wasn't.
yeah.
I think at the time I was probably just a tiny bit too young to be into it, like proper into it.
Yeah.
Whereas I know people used to be like mad into it and like proper interested with it.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it growing up. Because I'm the youngest, so I had an older sister, older brother.
Yeah.
So like my generation is like slightly above where all my mates are at.
Yeah.
Because I used to just watch whatever my sister watched,
So
basically.
yeah.
And she loved it.
Did they watch the new reboot stuff?
No.
See, there's a few people I've heard.
See, I've only watched a few episodes. I've not watched all of them. I've only watched a few episodes, but all my sisters and that, they've not watched it. I mean, I'm a fan of your music. I've been listening to your music. So,
Do you like it?
Yeah, I do like it.
Yeah. To be honest, right? Music, acting, love them both the same.
Really? There's no. That was a question we did get.
The music.
Is it slowly getting there?
You know what? It's more about the energy.
Okay.
Because obviously when you're on set now, I love it. Like especially the character I play is a bit of an head case. So am I. But when you get to go and you get to be dead energetic, dead, basically mental.
Yeah.
And you're allowed to do that every day, all day. That's your job. You go home, eat your dinner, go to bed, wake up, go crazy. I love it.
It's just basically a dream, isn't it? It's like a dream job.
But with the music, I love the process more of. It's all about the lads. It's sitting down. It's writing tunes. And we started off in my grandparents' shed. They're
Really? Maybe I'll be behind the camera by the way.
But quite literally, it was during lockdown. And my mate was like playing guitar. He's like, I should get one. So I bought a guitar. So we've not been doing music that long. And I bought one. And I used to, I'm quite thingy with like drop things quite easily.
Yes,
so I picked something up, leave it, do it. Whereas guitar was one of them things where I picked it up. Now I think that the first day that I'd had it, I'd come downstairs and I was like, look at these chords I've learned. And then from there it was like bang.
You just hook straight away.
It's just all about the music, yeah.
See, does it also help that it's a hobby for you as well? Because like obviously acting, you get paid for it.
Yeah.
Whereas you're doing the music because you love it.
Yeah. There is that. I mean, when I started acting, it was like you'd do like your theatre group type plays.
Yes, yeah.
There's the love for it, whatever. But I think with the acting, I think anything, even with the music, when you want to take something professionally, you have to sort of. There's a clear line between hobby and being professional.
Yeah,
do you get what I mean? Because when you go like full blown with the music, it's a case of right, we've got to be serious about the writing now. We can't be joking about, can't be doing this. But I like the fact at the minute with the music, it's not got that far yet that we can still enjoy every single
you're
second.
jamming with your mates, aren't you, really?
Yeah.
It's basically like, it's like me going to the pub with my mates.
That's how it feels. That's how it feels, yeah.
That's perfect. So, and you've just done kind of your biggest ever gig, haven't you, coming off, kind of like Basque?
Yeah.
We were discussing it before.
Yeah.
So how did that kind of come about?
So we'd done, our first ever gig we did was an acute, well, not first ever, we was in like, you know where you go through bands, don't you?
Yes, yeah.
So we had a group of lads and we all got on dead great mates, did a gig in St Helens, done that, and then it was like, right, and we got offered a spot on the Acoustica at Basque.
Oh, nice, yeah, I've seen him.
So me and Josh, who's like my right-hand man these days.
Josh Lloyd?
Yeah. Big Josh Lloyd.
He followed me on Instagram as well.
Yeah, he's typical Josh. But then we'd been offered this Acoustica slot, so we was like, shall we do it? And we went, yeah, let's do it.
Of course, yeah.
And we'd been at Liam Gallagher the night before at the Etihad.
Nice, I was there.
And I'd lost my voice, and we was absolutely dreading it. Like, we was like, oh, mate, how are we going to do this? How are we going to... Anyway, we went and we just thought, let's just do it.
Just buy into it, yeah.
Honestly, still to this day, best I've ever sounded singing-wise.
So you just need to go to a gig.
So I just need to go to a gig night before.
That's what we've learned.
Yeah, and obviously it was acoustic, but unreal night. And then obviously from there struck up like a good friendship with Ben, and he's looked after us, supported us, and they got to the stage where we like done these few full band gigs now, and I'm like, right, where's one place I want to play? And it was Basque. So
straight there again.
Right, let's get there. And we did, and it rocked. It was a decent gig, man.
It's such a nice bar though there. So I've been in there quite a bit, because I work on Wellington Road, which is literally just up the road.
Yeah.
And then my work, we're quite well tied with Stockport County, so whenever I go in there, we always end up in Basque.
You're right with Ben there, aren't you?
Oh,
Stockport County.
It's just a nice place, because Stockport, it's got a bit run down over the years, hasn't it?
Yeah, would it seems
now
to be building
on
up
the way up. Yeah, there's so many nice bars and nice food.
I was having this conversation on the way in.
Stockport's lovely at the moment. Like, I don't know it's like. To be fair, all it takes is a few people with a bit of money to come and kind of just change it.
We're doing it.
Yeah, and now it's so nice. Like Basque is full every week.
Yeah, Saturdays and Sundays in there. Have you seen it?
Yeah, it's just rammed.
It's like a club, innit?
It is like a club. It's really it's quality. Let's move back on to the acting. So, because you did start acting very young, as you alluded to, and you were in a very large TV show, weren't you?
Which one's that?
Peaky Blinders.
Oh yeah. Only a little bit.
I know, yeah, but you're still in it.
only
on IMDb, that is gonna forever be on your acting credentials.
That was mad.
How did that even come around?
So I'd filmed a drama called Butterfly.
Nice.
That was on ITV. It's about like a transgender boy, boy transitioning into a female, and it was great. I loved it. That was my first ever like proper job. I'd done an advert before that, but my first ever proper
paid work.
Yeah. That was my first job, and it was great. And I obviously struck a relationship up with the director Anthony.
Nice.
Who, unbeknownst to me, was going on to Peaky Blinders at the time. And then it was one of them where I just got this phone call through, and it was like, "Do you want to do this thing?" And I was like,
"Of course."
Yeah, of course. And I mean, I've never actually had a name in it. So I've been in it. Well, I did film for the last series. And it got cut.
Oh, it's gutting.
I was fuming. It was one of them. I did exactly the same as I did in the other one.
Yes, yeah.
It was that whole Peaky Blinders coming thing, but I'd gone from being the messenger to the boy.
Oh, the boy.
And so I've never had a name in it. But in terms of the experience, and I mean, the best ever for me was the first time round that I'd done it. I was looked after as one of the cast.
Really? So even all the extras, that everybody's just like treated exactly the same?
Well, I was just quite fortunate. I don't know what it would like. The trailer was there, and it's a mad life as a kid. But you got in, but I don't know whether it was because of previously working with Anthony before and the production and that. But I got treated amazing, and I was literally sat there like me and you were there now, and we was filming at the Old Granada Studios with the set of the pub. Yeah. And they were like, right, it's your lunch, and I'd ordered this lamb kofta thing, and I'll always remember having lamb kofta and couscous, because next to me left, was Cillian Murphy, and we sat and we ate dinner, like lunch, and we was all in a circle.
You were just rushing shoulders with Cillian Murphy.
Yeah.
Now Hollywood star.
Absolutely mental. Like, best, and you know what? He's the most down-to-earth person I think I've ever met in my life. Ever. He's unreal.
That is probably the best story we've had on this podcast so far. I mean,
it's probably one of my best stories because we was having just conversations about everything, and there was a bit of a laugh about me not tidying my bedroom before I'd come. And he was
how old were you at this point?
Oh,
was it like early teens?
I want to say about
12,
13.
12, 13, yeah.
Probably. I've looked like a baby for a while, but and he was, because obviously he's a parent himself, and he was just laughing about the fact that the world that with the acting, you go there all day, you're doing that, and then to go home you got to tidy your bedroom. And we was on about my voice breaking, and he was on about smoking and that, and then he was like, no, I'm not telling you to smoke, I'm not, but just proper nice guy.
It's Cillian Murphy. I mean, if he told me to do anything,
if he told me to smoke, I'd smoke.
So would I. I mean, I never smoked in my life, and I'd still start smoking if he said that.
But no, that was.
So he was just brushing shoulders with a cast. That's mental.
Yeah.
So did you just do one day filming, or is it a couple?
Long ago. You end up doing a few days because you've got to go in and get your costume done and whatever.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And all of that. I think first time round, it was either one or two days. It genuinely wasn't long at all. But in terms of the experience, that was.
I mean, at 12, 13 years old, there's going to be.
But it also means now, like, I'm not phased at all now.
Oh, nice.
Because you know, you go into rooms, you go into different, and you see these people, and you're like, oh my god, how's this person stood here or whatever? And in the back of my head, I'm like, I was able to like fist bump Cillian Murphy. Do you know what I mean? Like
you peaked early, hadn't you?
Yeah,
so everything is just a ride from here now.
So
yeah.
So it to be fair, it's helped me.
Do you think it's helped in interviews as well, like auditions that you do? Do you reckon that's helped you because you kind of met the big stars, you worked with them?
I've always been quite just myself in auditions. Like I was with Waterloo. It's how I got, because the character itself was written in Noel that I play, sort of because of me in the audition. Nice. Because I'm very like unapologetically myself, yeah. And I remember it was my nan and granddad that had they'd taken me for, so I'd done like self tape, and then they wanted to see me in person. Nice. And I put on my purple pretty green parka, a bucket hat. So
you went full on, let's be a Gallagher here.
Well, yeah, but I just used to love Colour Me.
Oh, nice.
And now this is a guy called Bepo. He's like B positive, and he's like amazing, unreal. The talent, Ben, great. That's why I'm wearing that, because I wear these now, not pretty green.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Placing my heart. But yeah, I just went in, and I remember it was during COVID times, so you know you had your mask on, you had all of that, and it was all a bit man. It was the first time anyone had sort of done an audition in a room after COVID, and I remember you couldn't fist bump him, but I just walked around and went, "You're right," and like air fist bumped everyone in the room and just stood there, and I was like, "Do you want me to do it?" Yeah.
Makes an impression though.
And I had a laugh because I thought, I've got to get the job, I've got to get it. There's no way I'm not getting the job. And the minute I walked out, I got in the car, and I knew, like in my head, I said to him, if it's not the part that I've gone for,
I'm gonna get a part.
I'm gonna get a part.
Yeah.
And then what was meant originally, it was like a couple of episodes, and they didn't know what they was gonna do, and then I'm still
there now. So still going into.
So he's done all right, giving someone an air fist bump in it.
It's a way forward. Any aspiring actors out there? Just go in and fist bump everybody.
Fist bump everyone. That's my advice.
That's the way forward. One thing to take from this episode is air fist bump.
Air fist bump.
So how does the interview process sort of work then? So you said that you did a couple of kind of like pre-filmed ones.
Yeah, so...
And then do you get invited to like Media City, or how does it work?
I ended up going to a Space Studios where it was. So what they'll do, they set, I think anyway, most of the time they'll send out like a generic thing, and you get given a script, you look at it and you record it.
So does everyone have the same script?
I think so. At the beginning,
I'm going for the similar roles. Everyone's just exactly the same.
Yeah. So I think they tend to, if they want someone specifically for the character, they'll give you the character thing. Or if they want like male, female, they'll go, right, this script's for you, this script's for all you, and everyone will do the same. And then they'll narrow down and go, right, these people are right for this part, they're right for that, and they put you in a thing then, and then they'll send you another script to do another. So I did 2 tapes, one for 2 different characters. Went in, I got called back for the in-person with you know, like the producers, directors, stuff like that, and I was nervous that day, man. I don't really get nervous, but I was.
You were feeling it a bit that day. Do you
Yeah.
think the nerves helped you though?
Always.
Yeah.
Because the minute I go in anywhere, I shut off to it.
Like, you feed off energy.
Everything. Yeah. So I don't care what, like, nervous, scared, any emotion that, even if it's like anger, any emotion that I have inside of me just bubbles out into something creative. So I just walked in and I was like, right, I've got to smash this now. And I believe that's what I did.
I suppose that's the best thing to go about it though, because if you're going into like an interview and you're a bit like, oh, I don't know if I should be myself here. You're not going to get it, are you? Like, you're never going to get any interview where you're not yourself.
I think that I think there's a difference between like confidence and arrogance. I think if you're walking in, you're arrogant, then you're not. They're going to look at you and go, "Get out."
Yeah,
do you get what I mean? But if you go in and you've got a level of confidence about yourself that, you know, you're not doubting. You're not doubting like anything. Like, I'd learnt the script. One thing I always do, and my biggest tip to anyone is, if they've got an audition or anything, even if you get your lines the night before, learn them. Because it's like a big. So many people will go in and just read off a piece of paper.
Right. So
if you put yourself already, if you're confident in what you're gonna do, it's like even going on set. If you know your lines, you can play with it more. You can have fun with it more. Because if you don't and you're worrying about what's next, then you're gonna. That shows. Do you get what I mean?
Do you think that's gonna help you in the music as well?
Yeah. Well, a lot of our songs aren't written down anywhere.
They're not written down.
They're just up here.
So you just like riff.
Yeah, a lot of them sometimes. One of them were "Take Me Home," which will be like the next one that's coming out. Which tends to be like most people's favourite tune that we have at gigs and that. That was that was one that was written down on a pizza box when we was drunk.
What, after a night out?
Yeah.
Where did you go on the night out? Do you remember?
No, I just remember being quite drunk in the kitchen.
I just thought, here we go. Let's make a number one.
Me and Josh sat there and we was like, because he'd come up from St. Helens.
Think of how many people have done that though. Because I've been on some nights out where we've gone back to someone's house and everyone's been like,
someone always pulls a guitar out.
Let's solve world peace here and now. At 4 o'clock in the morning.
It's what you do, innit? But I remember we'd had this pizza box. And we couldn't find, and it was a Sharpie, and we was just writing it, and then we wrote the song, and then the pizza box got binned, not by us.
Could have saved that.
And that's what I wanted.
Could have made
afterwards,
money.
I thought, where's that pizza box? You got put in the bin. But
someone down the line would have
some lucky binman out there, didn't it?
Could be an auntie. Hey, you never know.
Yeah.
This is the Lanks. He's right to sign it on there.
Yeah. But yeah, it helps knowing. It's just you got to just go into it. You need to
make sure that you're prepared for anything.
100% for it, yeah.
So I work in sales as well, and that's one thing I always strive for. So it's quite heavily scripted, my job, but I don't use it anymore because I know what to say.
You got to know the customer as well.
You need to, yeah, of course. It's like in anything, isn't it? Because you just need to make sure that people need to like you, don't they? People buy off you, definitely. So what are your sort of like aspirations now? Because obviously you work for the BBC. It's like the biggest corporation in England.
Yeah.
So like, have you got like a checklist of where you want to go with acting?
Bigger.
Yeah.
No, I do. At the minute, the acting, love it. But if I can take both the acting and the music and go run with both of them, then I will. And that's my plan.
People do.
I want to. I don't know. I don't think there's never enough with me. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
like, most people can settle at. You know, that there's some people that get a job, do a bit of acting, and they go, right, yeah, I've done it now. Whereas I'm like, I want I've said, like, you know, in conversations, my next step after like Waterloo's, like, I want a couple of the dramas.
Nice.
Because dramas are big these days. So I want to try get into a couple of the dramas, and then from the dramas, I just want to wing my way into a film or something like that, and then there's no limit. There's no limit,
but you want to kind of you're aiming for like drama film.
Yeah, that's what I want. I'm happy at Waterloo. I'm really happy.
It's huge. It's massive. Well, so is your end goal going to be like Hollywood?
It's a bit controversial these days.
I know, because you've got Netflix as well, and then there's like pay as well. So
it's all a bit dodgy these days. Yeah. I'm also I don't really do for the Ponzi side of things.
Okay.
Like, I'm quite normal. I've come in shorts and a jacket, do you get what I mean? And I'm not really into the whole like bravado that comes with like actors, you know. You get a lot of people that stick their little finger out and...
I remember this because this is the first conversation that we had when we had that phone call.
Yeah.
And you said a comment to me about, I've watched your podcast and you're just a normal guy.
Yeah.
Because you were saying you get a load of interviews sort of being thrown at you left, right and centre.
Yeah.
And you have to be sort of careful. It's not something that you're going to not like, basically.
Yeah, well, I'm always about, like, I'm just a people person.
Yeah, of course.
I love everyone, me. I'm not a hater. But then...
Are you one of them people that when you're at a bar, you'll just turn around and start talking to someone? So
I can
this
speak
is what
to anyone.
I do.
Anyone and everyone.
Don't get it.
Anyone.
My girlfriend doesn't get it.
No.
Like so the story I remember is I was flying to Berlin with her, so I went and sat down, and there was a woman just next to me, so I just turned around and started talking to her.
Yeah.
And she like got up and went to the toilet, and Tony was like, "Do you know her?" I was like, "No."
No.
But now I do.
Well, I've met so many people. Like these, as I said, Beepo before. They had a pop-up shop in Cheshire Oaks.
Oh, nice.
And we went in when it was like the original band. We'd gone on a camping trip. And that's sort of what ended the original band.
Start at the end.
But and it was literally we booked it sort of last minute. And you know when they say everything happens in your life for a reason. We booked this camping trip, dead stupid. I had my car for right. We've got a tent. We'll drive down. It was in a field opposite like Cheshire Oaks, like weirdest place ever. And we thought we'd go for the shop. I went in Fred Perry, bought a jumper, and I got pulled to the side by the security for stealing. And I was like, mate, I've just bought this jumper. I'm like, go and ask your mate there, I've bought it. And I was fuming. I was like, dead pent up. I was like, hey, mate, I've just bought it. And they thought I was, anyway, sorted out. But the lads had gone into this shop over the road, which was like a pop-up shop. I thought, there's bucket hats there, there's parkers. I just went in, and straight away, when you walk in somewhere, it was like,
this is it, yeah.
The energy, it was great. And like, we've kept in touch. Ben, the Ben and Tal, Ben's actually the drummer on our tracks. So like Bigger Man, Ben drums.
That's mental.
Yeah,
and that's just by.
So we met him when they were doing Beepo, and now they're doing great with it. But they obviously that's their passion, and they do the clothes. They're doing something with like a curriculum thing at the minute where it's all about the mind and being positive and just being good humans and good people. And yeah, from nowhere it was like fist bump again. Give each other a fist
straight
bump.
Away.
And I liked him, so I was like, right, I'll have a bucket at there. And I remember he knocked a tenner off for me. I thought, how's he knocking off a tenner? But he's just like so down to earth, so great people. And we went back the week after to do a little gig in their store for them.
Oh, nice.
Because they have the pop up for a few months. It's there at the minute in Cheshire Oaks actually. And we went in, we did a little set, and then ever since then he's supported us with stuff like, you know, with rigging us out, making us look cool, and like playing the drums on the tracks as well. So he's done Bigger Man and Take Me Home with us, and he's drummed on both of them.
That's unbelievable. Like, just from
but
literally
he is an unbelievable drummer as well. Like he's absolutely mental.
How did that conversation even go about him? Was it just like a natural? Did you just kind of slide it in, or?
Yeah. So there's a video somewhere of we'd done that little gig, and when we were speaking about we were in a band and whatever, he was like, you know, I've done music and all of that. Like he's done mega things with the music. Do you get what I mean? And then obviously he's now a family man. He's got the business. He's just a great guy. And then it just come about. He was a drummer, and then we'd done this little acoustic gig, me and Josh, in his shop. And I remember he got like a bucket, my tambourine, and I don't know whether it was drumsticks. It could have been drumsticks or just something like drumsticks.
Just something, yeah.
And he sat there on this bucket. It was like on the tambourine, and I was like, "What's this guy's just made a drum kit out of nowhere?" And we're like, "This guy, he's a lot older than us. He's gonna hate me for saying that, but he's a lot older than us." We actually have. That's why in Bigger Man, if you listen to it, I go at the beginning. I wish we had a real drummer, but he's an old man, and that was just a random. We were a bit.
Yeah.
So we've been in the studio all day, and he'd gone, right, we wanted to add some like shouting in the background, quite like a Jamie T.
Yes, yeah.
That type of vibe where there was stuff shouting. So like there's a bit where it's like knocks on Daddy's door, but there's like 4 versions of me going knocks on Daddy's door, like that to boost it.
Yeah.
And we'd had a bit to drink, and then at the beginning they went, say what you want, don't matter. And he'd gone home because he was going to a summit.
Right, so you thought this is my chance.
He'd listened to this, like, there's what we've got of it. We were going to finish it off. So we thought, wouldn't it be funny if when we send it to him, there's just a little summit in there? And I just, at the top of my head,
Right, went, so you did it as like an Easter egg.
Yeah.
Sort of.
And then we was going to take it out the song. But then we thought, nah, screw it, we're gonna keep it in. Because people will never understand why at the beginning of the song I go, I wish we had a real drummer, but he's an old man. But now they do.
Now,
it was just a laugh, just a joke.
I rate that because it means it keeps it fun as well.
Yeah.
Which is what you wanted to, especially being your first single.
Yeah.
So we'll take a break there, and then I really want to dive more into the band sort of stuff in part 2. I really want to talk, and then obviously we will end on football because unfortunately,
we've got to win it.
I mean, we support two opposite sides.
Manchester.
We're flying.
You know what? We flew, we've landed, and we're getting ready for takeoff again. Is what we are.
I love that. We'll see you back in part 2. Thank you. Yeah, he wants to get on. He wants to get on.
do it. That was the worst clap I think I've ever done.
Did you get a Bosch as well then?
A Bosch, yeah.
Bosch?
Oh, wait, I do that all the time.
Oh, no, yeah, so do I. I love the TikToks, Mitch Tucker and Big John and all them.
Yeah.
Oh, love them.
Class.
Part 2, people.
Oh, part 2.
I mean, I'm going to come back in on
chicken balls.
I'm going to come back in on the Bosch thing because I think there's a lot of people who are like us. Bosch. The amount of times in work, like, you just see just random people. I think it's just taken over. It's a movement.
It is.
Like, it's taken over.
It's a movement I can get behind.
Agreed.
The Bosch.
It's just a big lad who orders a lot of Chinese and says Bosch at the end of it.
My cup of tea, really. I could sit. You know what? When you look at people that you'd have a pint with,
he's
there's not
there.
many people off TikTok that I'd have a pint with them.
Agreed.
I'm not. The whole influencer world to me is like a different world. Like I'm bad on Instagram.
Oh, I'm awful on social
media.
I
can't post. I can't do that because it's like another job. I don't get how someone can wake up in the morning, put a camera up, do all of this stuff, and then 5 million people want to be the mate. They want to. I don't get it. Whereas Big Johnny Bosher right there.
Love him.
Bosch.
Love him. I'd love to go for a pint with him. See, that's why I struggle with social media. Like, I don't like it, but I just do it because I like podcasting. So I kind of have to do it.
You've got to keep on top of the game, haven't you?
Yes, yeah. You got to try to. So that's why, like, sometimes, like, I just won't have done a TikTok clip for like a week or two.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm too busy trying to organise who I'm going to meet next, rather than having to...
I'm like that. Yeah. I'm really bad. My girlfriend, she's great at it. So I get her into doing it for me.
I mean, well, she's an actor herself, isn't she?
Yeah.
So she's in Corrie.
Corrie, yeah.
Yeah.
So she's done that for a while now.
Quite a while.
Yeah, done it for a bit, and she's smashing it.
I was saying to these people at work as well, because there's 3 people at work who like Coronation Street, and I was saying, oh yeah, so because she plays Amy Barlow.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm interviewing basically her boyfriend in real life. And they were like...
That's what I'm known as on most nights out. We go on... What, you're the fella? Yeah, mate, that's it.
But they were all saying, like, what, you're interviewing like a 12, 13-year-old? And I was like, no, they've grown up now. And they were like, because she's been in Corrie for that long, people probably still see her as when they watch Corrie.
Yeah.
So, but no, people grow up now.
Yeah.
Because they were like, what, 12? I was like, no, I'm not interviewing a child.
Old. Yeah, grow old.
So how did you kind of meet her? Is that through acting? Or?
No, most people tend to assume it is. We'd gone to a music festival. So obviously I did a little bit on Corrie.
Yes, yeah.
So there's the slightest thing, but we never met when we filmed together. And obviously I met a couple of her mates. So Harriet, who's her friend, she was at the festival with at the time. Mm-hmm. I was with my brother, neighbourhood. And I was rocking about in my new Berghaus jacket, pink bucket hat on, thinking I was well cool. Bumped into Harriet and I was like, oh my God, yes, no way. And then obviously she was there, just slight bump into each other. And then from there it was a few months and then a couple of Instagram messages. And
there's a lot of
here we are.
Chance happens.
Yeah. In my life, it is me literally walking somewhere, bumping into someone, and then my life going in a completely different way.
That's the best way to be, though, isn't it? You never know what's going to happen or what's round the corner, really.
It is, but yeah, no, very, very sort of chance encounter.
And now look what's happened off the back of it.
And now because
I've seen you've done some like really like special experiences like recently together. So you did the at Old Trafford. I saw, but you did your Instagram post from there.
Yeah, so she's doing the whole Soccer Aid.
Soccer Aid, yeah.
So that was an experience, man.
Definitely.
That was great. I had one too many that night.
I don't blame you.
How
often are you going to do Soccer Aid in your life?
But I want to play it, me. I want to do it proper.
Yeah.
You know, because I was sort of there with her that time. I was like the side thing that.
But you want to get on that page.
I'm like, I was like, I had to reserve myself, sit back free beer, ran out of beer, so I was on the wine, and I was on the mojitos and all of that. But I sat back, behaved myself, whereas I want to get my boots on. And
of course, you want to get on that pitch.
I'll tap out after 5 minutes, I'll be knackered, but I want to do
matter.
it.
Yeah, agreed.
I want to do it.
That has got to be on most people's bucket list, I think. I'd love to do it as well.
Yeah.
I'm not even that good at football.
That and I'm a celebrity, average. I think, for me.
Really?
I do that, yeah, because I'd eat anything.
Nothing would faze you.
Like, I'm a bit of a navvy when it comes to all of that. Just put it in front of me, I'll just put it in.
But people see the real side of you in I'm a Celebrity as well, which is always quite good, especially in your favour, because you just said you're exactly the same off camera as you are on camera.
Yeah.
So I think
other than a racist, we might have to specify that. I'm not.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about what's happening on Waterloo Road. It's not especially we're talking about as well that scene with you with a bag of weed as well.
Yeah.
Not like that in real life either.
No. Good. Clean.
Yes, yeah.
You're a cheeky
chap.
Yeah, cheeky chap.
Yeah.
Manchester lad.
Yeah.
Salford lad. Depends on who in the family's listening.
Oh, of course, definitely. Well, speaking of Salford, lad, you do support Salford's best football team, Manchester United.
Yes.
Or Salford United, as it should be called.
I like the dig there.
I've been waiting to slide things in.
It's actually unique for a City fan to not call it a London club. So I mean, I'm happy you come at it from that perspective. Actually,
London club might come later on.
Probably.
Yeah. So I mean, you've been United all your life.
All my life.
I mean, you started off very strong.
Just United. Come out the womb. There it was, a scarf.
So, yeah, I've been a blue all the way. See, I'm one of them where you get, in 2008, did you not become a blue then?
No, I can respect people that have been fans all their lives. When you get people nowadays, I went to school with kids who, I think, Chelsea won the league or the Champions League or whatever.
Right.
And they were a Chelsea fan.
Yeah.
And then a couple of years later, you see them and they're going to a City game on their Instagram and then they're United. How can you do that, man?
Yeah. I understand. It's in the blood. I understand it if it's like, say, like a small team. Like I go and watch Stockport, can't we? I'm not a fan.
Well, I go watch Salford City as well.
Yeah.
Which is
like
the rivals both ways, isn't it?
It is. So we are rivals both in the first teams straight away. So I don't understand it. So why would you? How can you just change allegiance? So I'm a City fan because of my dad.
Yeah.
Like my dad used to go home and away.
Yeah, well, I'm the same.
Yeah. That's how you should be.
I'm the same. Because my family split.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. So, my dad and my grandparents, these guys are United. But my other nan, Sheila, big up Sheila. I've got to say, Sheila Berrell-Ray. All the grandparents love him. But she's like massive blue. Like really big City fan. So she'd probably fist bump.
Oh yeah, we get along like a house on fire.
But she's having her fun at the minute.
Oh yeah, I mean being a blue is fantastic. I mean
she's enjoying giving me a FaceTime every now and then, just to remind me. But football changes, innit?
Football changes very quickly.
Football is you can go from being like you look at Liverpool last season were woeful.
Yeah,
they weren't the best. Whereas season before like. And then to go from that to that,
it changes so quick.
Well, you even look at like Leicester, and I mean I know they're not as big of a club as.
I know, but you go from
Liverpool
Premier League
United,
winners.
You go from Premier League winners, a few years later, relegation. But I love that because I don't think you have that in any other league in the world, where it's that competitive, fast changing.
Look at Chelsea. Finished 11th, 12th, something last year.
Yeah.
Spent 800 odd million.
They're not looking that strong coming into the new season, really, are they?
I think there's a few people. I think they'll surprise people. I've got them finishing top 4. I'm going to be a bit rogue. Yeah, just because I just think that they'll.
Who is your top 4? You're going to go City first, aren't you?
I think so. City. I think United will come second. I think United are strengthened well, so I would go City, United.
I reckon Newcastle will be
Arsenal.
up there.
I think Arsenal third. I mean, I think Newcastle could Champions League football.
Could tire them out.
It's hard. But yeah, I reckon it'll be City United 1-2, whichever way it'll be.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, just because.
United just need to get comfortable. I trust in Ten Hag. I think he's
a big advocate.
I think he's a very good manager.
Mm-hmm.
He's not thick. Do you get what I mean?
Yes, yeah.
Whereas, but I just think the club problems at United go deeper than who your manager and who your players is. It is one of the biggest club in the world at one point. Do you get what I mean? You look at the facilities at United Old Trafford now. Now, I think Stretford End, keep that how it is. That's iconic.
Not
the rest of it, the concourse bit in the middle where you go for your beer and that, you know, you go to away days or you go to other stadiums, the facilities at other stadiums to what there is now at United it's poor.
It's shocking. Yeah, it is. It's literally it's a stadium falling down. Like ours has been done. So I sit in the south stand. So do you know, like when you watch it on TV, the away fans, I sit in a little half block next to the away fans. So we're like the standing section. We're like where your supporters all go. Yeah. So ours has had so much money pumped into it. Like we have a DJ on before match now.
Yeah, we have all them light things, don't you?
We have our own dedicated bar. We've got usually it's a bar for every like 5 or 6 blocks. Yeah. We've got a bar for like 2 blocks. Yeah. And it's good out into the rest of the concourse. So our concourse is bigger than every other concourse.
Well, I was
unbelievable.
Just recently, I've done a bit of work because I like getting my hands dirty as well. Nice. So I've done a bit of work like building the stages and that. So for Coldplay and stuff. At the Etihad, where like you just load in, load out the wagons because I love it, mate. Like I just love.
Of course, just being there,
doing stuff. And I didn't love being at City though, but I'm only joking.
That's why you had a little glint in your eye when you said that.
The actual facilities,
joke, aren't they?
Are mental.
Yeah.
Whereas I even look at Carrington. I mean, Ronaldo, I mean, as controversial as he is for United fans, you know, half of them love him still, half of them are like, nah, it was good to get rid of him. Even he said, when he left United, the same jacuzzi's still there.
It's mental.
At Carrington.
Yeah.
And it's like, you've got this like multi-million-pound training complex with loads of land around it and all of that. City, what they've done is great. They've built the training ground next door.
I know, perfect.
And they go, right, well, everything now is here. And you also have the match day zones as well, don't you? The fan zones outside the stadium.
Yeah.
Whereas...
There's nothing at United.
No.
There is nothing.
You've got the Bishops, you've got hotel football.
What about the new arena? Is that going to be on your list to play one day?
The Co-op arena.
Yeah, have you seen that?
Yeah, any arena. I'll take it. I want them all.
You want them all?
I want everything.
That one looks good though.
I want to play Old Trafford as well.
Oh, is that... I have a thing when I see bands. I want to see a band at their peak. So, example, Jerry Cinnamon last summer, he did Hampden Park. So I went up there.
Unreal, isn't he, Jerry?
Yeah.
Love Jerry.
Man, he's the best artist around. Yeah. Best artist around.
He's naughty.
There's no one makes me feel... I've said this to my girlfriend. There's no one makes me feel as happy as Jerry
He's just
Cinnamon.
happiness, isn't he?
He's just a working class man.
A normal person.
Normal guy,
people, man.
Who used to work up a ladder and now he's performing to thousands.
And he loves it.
Yeah. But I have a thing about seeing an artist at their peak.
It's like Sam Fender's just done St James's Park.
St James's Park. See, I'm not a huge person of Sam Fender. I think Sam Fender's going to go bigger. I think I can see him just doing an astronomical
Some of his
gig.
words are great, Sam Fender.
He's special.
He's good.
Yeah, so would sort of like Old Trafford be your sort of pinnacle moment?
Yeah, it'd have to be, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It'd be special, wouldn't it? I mean...
Either that, or if I could... I like the open air stuff.
So the cricket ground,
Yeah, so between, like, the stadium stuff, like I think everyone wants to play Wembley as well. Of
course.
Everybody wants to do Wembley. I want to do I mean, I don't know whether they allow gigs there anymore at Old Trafford, but I'd love to put a stage in the corner up there and just fill it. Hopefully one day. They're a bit ambitious at the minute, but
you've got to dream big.
But if not, I'd do like a good old Eaton Park type. Open air, find the biggest field in the world and just go for it. Like a Nebworth. Mm-hmm. I went Nebworth, well, obviously not the original one.
So you went to the Etihad gig and Nebworth? You did both? I only did the Etihad.
I did. That was very random, the whole Nebworth situation. So I went to the gig, and a good mate of mine, Liam, he's got like a gin brand, Didsbury Gin.
Nice. Didsbury Gin?
yes.
I know Didsbury Gin.
See, look, great, innit? It's nice.
It's great, it's good. It's good. I like the bottles. Yeah.
So I'd when I met Liam, it was like I want to say, oh no, I'd not. I'd done I was thinking in my head then. I used to work for the mayor chairing the Greater Manchester Youth Combined Authority, which sounds mental because I'm not into politics like that. But I used to boss at it because I'd just sit there and I could win a room over.
Oh yeah.
And they'd asked me to do this like series where it was interviewing people over Zoom. and it was about how to become a successful business owner.
Nice.
And Liam was like, it was him and a lady called Karina who owns that menagerie in town.
Yeah.
It's both of them. And then years, like, fast forward, went into Bath. Liam's there and whatever, and from there, like, it kept in touch.
And now you're friends. Yeah.
And, like, he's a great bloke. And obviously the gin's doing great. They're opening up a bar and that. And I forgot my original point as to why I mentioned his name.
I mean, a tangent.
I completely forgot what I was on about.
This is why the podcast is so good, though.
Yeah.
This is what you want. Just get going.
What was I saying there?
I don't know. Idea.
Anyone know what I was saying?
I'm having a good time, though.
What?
I mean, we went from Old Trafford to then go to open air gigs. Then we went on to Didsbury Gin.
Yeah. Don't know how we got there.
Well, shout out Didsbury Gin anyway.
Yeah, shout out Didsbury Gin. Shout out Beepo as well.
Oh, definitely.
These are good, man.
100%. So, what sort of... I always like to ask musicians as well. So, obviously, the music you play is like indie alternative rock.
Yeah.
Is that the music that you listen to as well? Or is it completely different?
Mostly, my music range is everything. Everything and anything.
So, say if I told you right now, like...
Other than rap. Like, I'm not really...
You're not a rap guy?
I'm not really into the...
Neither am I.
Well, modern rap or modern pop... I call it, can I say shite?
Yeah.
I'm not.
You say what you want.
I'm not into the. I think some music nowadays is just awful.
It is awful, yeah.
I listen to some of it, and no hate to the, because obviously seeing how the music things run, obviously these people come along and then they get a team that tell them what to do and tell them the songs, and songs are made these days for TikTok.
Yes.
And I hate it.
The top 10 nowadays are all TikTok songs.
Yeah, but that's what I love about the sort of the rock, the indie, the sort of alternative type of music where it's not really made, it's made for people.
It's freedom. Yeah,
yeah,
it's freedom.
It's quite expressive. I mean, I think people sometimes go too far with the expressiveness where it goes a bit mad and then you're like, whoa, that's a bit mad. But then, yeah.
You always find something you like with sort of...
Yeah, but I always like success stories with people as well. So you look, we were speaking before, like Jerry Cinnamon.
Yeah.
From Upper Ladder to...
It's a joke, yeah,
he's
but
massive.
His career is unbelievable.
You look at Sam Fender, like he's quite raw in his lyrics about coming from where he came from to where he is now. And I just think...
Even close to home, like Liam Frey, people like that. Straight away, it's exactly the same story.
Where it's just, it's built by hard graft and it's not built by daddy having money.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you get what I mean?
So what's your... sort of, if you gave me 3 artists that you listen to the most at the moment, who would you say?
At the minute. Jerry would be up there.
Jerry's up there for me, yeah.
Because in the car, you turn that up.
And it's a single.
And you can hear the bass, you can't, like, it just shakes. Or you put it in your speaker, the speaker shakes.
See, I'm so happy with that new album he's dropped. I feel like I'm reliving that gig.
Yeah.
Because I thought I'd never see that.
The live one.
Yeah, I thought I'd never... I didn't think he'd ever release anything like that.
Yeah, so he'd have to be up there. Richard Ashcroft.
Nice.
Or The Verve.
Yeah.
Either or at the minute. I just think the tone of his voice, he's great.
He's
like
great.
His words as well. And then obviously you've got the the cliche, the Stone Roses, the Oasis, everything like that. It's just everything, man. Obviously Sam Fender I listen to quite a bit.
Yeah.
Dylan John Thomas.
Because
he's like a little Jerry Cinnamon.
Little Jenna is good tune. It's a good song. I saw him, so I went down to a festival. My work.
Yeah.
Everyone puts a tenner in for every person, so you get a big pot when it's your birthday, basically. And for mine, they bought me festival tickets down to Nottingham last year.
Yeah.
To see Jerry Cinnamon. Dylan John Thomas was there.
Yeah.
The Raytons were there. Who else was there? The Rosa Dogs, the little ones. Snuts weren't there.
They're from that way, aren't they?
I love the Snuts. The Snuts are my favourite band at the moment.
Is it?
Yeah, my top. I've seen the Snuts in 4 different cities.
Well, they're going to be, because you've just had, in terms of modern bands that have come on, so you've had obviously your Oasis, you've had all of that.
Yes, yeah.
You've had the Verve, all of that stuff, but that was like my sort of influence, all that Manchester with the Happy Mondays, all of that. You've got that, and then you've had Cortina's come. You've had like your Arctic Monkeys and
yes, yeah.
You've obviously had all these things, but what's quite interesting at the minute is watching these bands. Hopefully, we'll be one of them as well.
Yes,
that grows into
slowly
into being like that.
So is that what you aim for when you're writing your music? Are you aiming for sort of like a Manchester sort of vibe, like
we quite it's not really that we go. like, when we write a song, we don't go, let's write a tune that's like this band or that band.
So do you write lyrics first and then put it to music afterwards? Or
Either or. So it tends to be me and Josh, well, it has been up to now, on the guitar, or we've written songs sat in a pub before just looking at people.
Nice.
Where in my phone there's so many words that like my notes are just full of words.
Nice.
So
as soon as you think of a line, you just get your phone out and write it.
Random stuff, or stuff will stay in my head.
You've got good memory.
But I very rarely just... If I say to myself I'm going to sit down and write a song, I won't do it.
It's just got to be in the moment.
It's very much... I get inspired off energy and stuff like that. Me. So Josh, he's big Josh Lloyd, is a great person to have. Because he's very good. If I've got something in my head, and everyone will say this, when we've been in the studio, I'll start waffling. And I'll be making noises like the drums. I mean, I want to... And everyone will look at me and go, is he off again?
And he'll be able to put it straight.
He went on the drums and he just did what I was thinking. Same with Josh. I'll go, give me like a dun dun dun, and he'll do it. And it's just... But Josh is like unreal on the guitar.
Yeah. Like
the music we play doesn't even show off his talent as much as it could do. Like he is absolutely phenomenal. So I'm lucky to have like Josh there, as skilled as he is. He's also a muppet. Keep that in. I'm looking at him. He's a muppet.
We ain't cutting it out there. Don't you worry. You can call out whoever you want.
Nah, he's great. But so it just tends to be about bouncing off. We went through a phase where like our set at the minute that we've got lots of originals. We went through a phase where it was like we'd written one, we'd written another, and we just kept writing and writing, and we got a bank of songs. Whereas at the minute we are sort of thinking, right, we play these now.
Yeah.
How do we get the songs that can get the radio play? Because we want to take it more seriously.
Of course, you kind of got to at one point, don't you?
You have to go, right, we can't be writing some of the stuff we want. Like, you know, because it's great playing
Bands
at your gigs.
go through that though, don't they?
But you've got to look and you've got to think, right, what can we write that the people want? Not about us and what we want, because Josh is very heavily influenced by the heavier bands. So there's sometimes we'll be sat there and he'll start like power chording it, mad riffs, and we're like, whoa, slow down, man.
I mean, I would enjoy that.
The amount of times we have to say, every gig I think we've ever done, the sound techs had to go, can he turn his thing down? I think that's a lead guitarist thing, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
Can you turn that down? But cause we also have quite a mixed influence of what we like. Mm-hmm. So we're also quite like, I think our sound is, at the minute, if I was to put it, quite catfishy.
Okay,
Catfishy and Bottomman, where it's that, because they've got that element of that heavy, like the...
They start off strong, don't they, in the songs?
But also when you listen to him sing, it's semi like Ian Brown with Stone Roses. He's not singing like a rocker.
No, yeah.
Like Ian Brown...
He's very talented though, Van McCann. He's a very talented guy.
He's great. He has got a good voice on him as well.
Yeah,
great voice. Him more so than Ian Brown sounds more like a rocker with his voice. He's got the huskiness.
Yes.
And when you listen to like that, where the music can be doing whatever it wants, but you're sort of in on him and the words with... Mm-hmm. And that's what I think we sort of have when it's live. The music can go off in its own way, but we're quite big on the words.
Oh, nice.
And keeping the words there. But I also think the music's quite good. It's all quite upbeat, quite happy, and gets you moving. It's not like, you listen to some stuff and you're like, all right.
It's a bit slow.
Makes you want to sit. Whereas we want people up, we want people dancing. Well, as long as a foot's tapping at least.
That's what you want.
Then we've done our job.
I rate that. Do you think that's because of how you are as a person though? Because you want... Obviously, you're very energetic.
Yeah.
Is that?
Well, when I'm on stage, this energy now is like this times 1,000.
And I can't wait to come and see you live. It's going to be class.
It's not in a way in which it's like I'm getting naked and doing a flea, hiding me thing with a guitar and all of that. Like nothing. Like I don't go that mad. But in terms of just I go into a different world. Mm-hmm. It's like a trance, and it's hard to describe. Other than when I watched the Elvis film, and he said when the music comes on, his legs start moving, and he can't stop it. Whereas I have an energy on stage where the minute the music goes, or the minute like I give the lads a first counting for the first one, so I'll be like, yes, everyone, they'll all be doing whatever. I'll be like, this one's called Golden Time. We always start on it.
Yes.
And I'll go like 1, 2, 3, 4, and we all drop together. And even though I'm not playing an instrument, my body drops, and I just.
You feel the music, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because of that, I'm wriggling about, I'm jumping about. Me hand I always end up bruising or cutting with a tambourine. Like, I hit it. This guy's saying hello.
You're continually smashing it in. See, that's what happens. People love it. So that's why I got a post in the window as well, because I was like, it's people were knocking on and looking at the window, and I was like, I've got nothing to look at, they're not going to know what I am. So that's why I made a post in the window.
Bless them.
Yeah, I mean...
It's always good that though, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm doing
They
this
might be
for
on it
people to
one
see
day.
it. Yeah, I want to meet people.
They might
That's
be
the whole
on it.
reason why this exists, is to meet people.
Yes.
Like, I've met boxing world champions where usually I'm like, why are you...
Now, can I ask you this question?
Yes.
Have you ever looked at him and thought, I'd have you? In the back of your head, have you looked and thought, because you don't box anymore or like whatever, you'd think, oh, I'd give it a good go?
Right, so...
Because I think everyone does. When they meet someone, they look and they go, yeah, that could...
I'm a lover, not a fighter, really. But there's one person we had on where... I looked at him, I love him. He's Jake Dodd. He's a great guy. He won,
said the name as well.
Oh yeah, he's a top guy. He won Commonwealth silver medalist and a bronze medalist for Wales. And the only reason I'm saying this is because he's 5'3", 5'4".
Yeah.
So he's a short guy. And so I thought, oh maybe. And then he had his first pro fight 2 weeks ago. And now I've watched that.
You're like, no.
When. So he won by knockout, a left to the jaw.
Just done it.
And it's just currently on 2 million views on Instagram.
Oof, good lad.
Because it's a great knockout.
Is it?
And he hits him out. Bearing in mind he's a very short guy.
No, I've got a mate of mine, Alfie Middlemiss. He's coming up in the boxing ranks.
Mm-hmm.
Mad talented.
Yeah.
And I remember in college, because me and all the lads in college, we used to have a bit of a laugh. And we'd all, like, in the back of your head, you're looking at him and he's smaller than me, whatever, and you think, could you? Like, could I have him? And then you go watch him fight.
And you go, no.
And then you go, there is no way I'm even putting the pads on and getting in a ring.
Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't do that. Luckily, the boxers I've interviewed have all been bigger than me, apart from Jay.
Yeah.
So I walked in, I've gone, all right.
So I'm different. I have a list of people that I'd fight in a charity boxing match.
Do you?
Genuinely. I probably shouldn't admit this, but I do. Ellie, my girlfriend's got it on a phone where...
I thought you were going to say Ellie's number one.
I won't buy it. But there's random people. I'm not going to name names.
No, yeah, but...
TV personalities.
Yeah.
Sports people, musicians that I've met and I think, I'm going to have him. Don't like him. Or, you know, like just in any walk of life.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
If there's anyone that I think, you grind my gears.
Yeah, if a charity event came around, I'd call you out.
Yeah, the lot of them. There's a few on there. It's just random.
So would you do that? Would you move into the charity boxing?
Yeah, 100%. But probably not the YouTube stuff.
No, yeah,
I think I get it. Everyone's cashing in on it. Well done for cashing in on it, because you've got a brain. You're clever. Because I mean, he fought last night against Nate Diaz, didn't he?
Yeah. He's made a lot of money off that.
But it's a joke. You're not
then straight away he comes out and organises a rematch to make more money.
Yeah,
he's such a clever. He's a PR genius.
You know, I look at all of them and think how clever you are. But a 40-year-old Nate Diaz and a 20-odd-year-old who's in his prime, so to speak,
yes,
you know, exercise every day. He smokes. He's always on the wacky backy, Nate Diaz.
I know he
walked in.
Athlete, is he?
No, and you look. He's got a little beer belly on him, bless him.
Yeah.
And you look and think, he'd probably have me, but I'd give it if I
give it a good go.
If I had years, like the 3-4 years of boxing training.
Yes.
And he'd been out the game for so long, and he's just going to do a few months in the gym with his mate there. I'd cash in because I think I'd have it. But the charity boxing matches and stuff like that, I think they're great.
I think they're great
anything
as well.
For sport. You look
it's
at like
fun.
the football,
it's fun,
and everyone loves sport. Whether it's people don't, but whether it's like football, boxing, rugby. Because I got into me rugby at the minute. But any type of sport like that, stuff for charity, I'll always do.
You'll always put your hand to it. Well, we were mentioning rugby, and we were also mentioning playing in stadiums as well.
Yes.
You are going to be playing in a stadium, aren't you?
We are.
You're going to be playing
18th of August.
Oh. See, I used to go and watch Wigan.
Yeah.
I've been to quite a few home and away games. I used to go with my dad.
Well, that's it's Ellie's thing, Wigan.
I love
Wigan. She was like, because I'm obviously a sort of Salford boy.
I've been to watch Red Devils as well.
But it was one of them where Ellie was like, look, she's like, we go watching Wigan. You can't champ for Salford. Because I'm a bit of an egg case. Wigan and Salford were playing, and we went and watched it at Wigan. And she was like, you're a Wigan fan today. And I was like, okay, I'm on it. But no, I've got really into the rugby, and we're very, very lucky to be able, like, be put in a position where Like, it's been sorted for us to play.
You can play the half-time show. That's
well, it's before kick-off.
Oh, is it? So it's before kick-off. So have you been given like 1 song, 2 songs, or?
Oh no, 40 minutes.
40 minutes.
A 40-minute set before kick-off.
I thought it would be like 1 song.
No. So we're on at 7:10. 40 minutes and then kick-off at 8.
That's mental.
Yeah, but you know the thing we're most excited for with that is the sound check.
Oh yes.
Sound checking to an empty stadium. Is like, because we don't know what numbers the crowd's going to pull in. Obviously, it'll be bigger than any crowd we've played before.
Yes, yeah.
Whether it be 10,000. So I think their minimum's probably got to be, they've got to pull in at least 10,000.
Yeah, it's about 10-15k, I reckon.
Yeah,
probably there,
but capacity is 26.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't. It's not going to be full because you rely on away fans and everything like that.
Yes.
But even if we can say we've played a stadium to 10,000 people,
special,
and it went all right.
Yeah.
Even if it goes wrong, we've done it.
You're going to film a sound check? I think you should do.
Yeah.
I think you should film it.
Yeah. No, because it's going to be one of them moments where it's not every day. You know, there's certain moments in life where you do something.
You look back on it, don't you?
Where it's not every day you get that opportunity. If the music ended, it's like the acting. If it ended tomorrow, I've done a lot. I'm very lucky for what I've done and what I've had. And same with the music. I look, if that was to end, some of the places we've played, and to be able to say, we played a stadium, played a little festival, done this, I can put...
You're happy?
I can do it then. But no, I'm really excited for that.
That's going to be class. It's nice to end on that as well. So, thank you very much for coming down and spending some time.
Thank you for
really
having me.
Enjoyed it. 100%. Do you want to shout out your socials as well so people know how to find you? Even though I know we don't like it, but
yeah, man. I need to check.
I think it's Liam.Scholes.
Is it?
I believe, yeah. Are you on? So you're on Instagram?
I'll tell you what it is.
Oh.
Instagram is Liam_Scholes_. I changed it. It used to be 03 because that was the year I was born.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So that's it. But then I changed it.
And then the Lanks
is the _Lanks LANKS.
They'll all be down in the description anyway.
Can I shout out Beepo?
Shout out Beepo.
They 100%. Are at We Are Beepo as well because they're great. Get it Didsbridge in. Get it Finders Keepers Bar if you're old enough to drink. That's opening. Should get down there, man.
Where is it?
In the Marina, Ancoats.
Nice. Yes,
I think that's where it is. They're opening it up. Well, shout out everyone.
Yeah, shout out everyone. And make sure if you're watching this on YouTube,
yes,
like,
watch
comment
it.
And subscribe. And if you're on Spotify, give us a 5-star review, please. And we shall see you next week. Oh, I mean, I wish you could give a 6-star.
5-star. 5-star.
5-star. Thank you very much again, mate.
Bosh.
It's been a pleasure. Bosh.